Everything good?
Okay, great. Nice to see you here, guys. Well, apparently you two so far, no, until this moment, so far you have been the only ones who have been able to approve the intermediate one level and come to the intermediate two. A lot of people is trying to finish this day the exercises, so probably they will be getting or joining us in the next classes. Ready? So for the future, but for the moment, it's just you two. Okay, so I hope that you really don't continue, you don't stop working like that because you have been very constant until this moment, until this point. So I would like to congratulate and thank you for that because that's also important for me. So thank you for being so constant, so like consistent with your studies and with your process. Okay, that's something really important for me, and it's also for you too because the constancy in the process is key. It's really important for you to improve. Ready? So that's why this is so important. Guys, we're going to start with our first class of the intermediate two level. In this week, we have two classes, the other class is going to be on Saturday, but this one is going to be the first one, right? The topic of this week, as you can see in the infographic of this week, it's family and friends, right? But actually, we're going to be talking about like different topics or different structures in order to discuss about family and friends. Ready? Before everything, I would like to start with a personality survey, but it's not like a personality survey. It's just like a couple of questions that they are going to ask you, like they are going to require some information from you, and you will analyze yourself a little bit more, right? So in these sentences, we have some situations, right? They present some different situations, and what you have to do is to tell me if you agree completely with that sentence or disagree with that sentence, or if it depends, ready? For example, the first sentence is, I am not afraid of giving speeches in front of the class. And I could say that it depends. I agree as far as it's English, no? If it's something that I know. But if it's, for example, a speech about mathematics or history, my God, I would be really afraid, no? So in that case, it depends for me, right? Daniela, read number two, the second sentence, please.
I enjoy going to parties where I don't know everyone.
What do you think? Agree, disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree, of course. So you are kind of shy, I suppose.
Yes.
A little bit. Okay. No, very good. Excellent. Christian, read number three, my friend.
I avoid expressing my feelings and ideas in public.
Good. Agree or disagree?
Somewhat agree.
Somewhat agree, depending on what.
Yeah. It depends about the public.
Okay, very good. The verb depends, Chris. I fuck. Wait. I changed the color. The verb depends always goes with the preposition on. So when I say depends, it depends on the public, on the audience. Ready?
Oh,
Exactly. Very good. Well, number four, Danny.
I insist on making my own decisions.
Mhm.
Mm, Agree.
Agree. Okay. So you are very independent, self-sufficient.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Yes. When we insist on making our own decisions, it's because we are independent. We don't like the other people to decide for us. No, nothing. Okay, muy bien. Christian, number five.
I don't mind giving up my time to help other people. And somewhat agree.
Depending on what.
And about the time I have.
Okay, very good. So
Maybe it
it depends on the time that I have, right?
depends on the time that I have, yes.
Okay, very good. So in that case, when we said I don't mind giving up my time, it's because we are very altruistic, no? Like very generous with other people. Good, excellent. Number six, Danny.
I never worry about getting placed on time.
So I never worry. Are you very unpunctual?
Disagree. Uh, I punctual.
I am punctual.
I am punctual. Yes.
Very good, good, good. Excellent. Mr. Christian, number 7, my friend.
I always feel like going dancing. And disagree.
Disagree. Not always. Sometimes or never.
Mm, no, never in public, but sometimes in my house.
Okay, very good. Excellent. So I always feel like it means like have the desire to, tener ganas de, no? So I always feel like going dancing. Muy bien. Number 8, Danny.
I can't stand being in a messy, disorganized room. Agree?
Okay, very good. So you are very organized because if you can't stand,
Yes.
like no puedes soportar, so you are very organized, right?
Yes.
Me too. I am also super organized, so I can't stand being in a disorganized room. Muy bien. And finally, number 9, Mr. Christian.
I prefer telling people how I feel, even if it's embarrassing. Agree.
Okay, so you are very honest. Yes.
I'm very honest, no matter what.
Way, excellent, very good. Okay, guys, so all of these sentences, what we have here are sentences that they try to depict, they try to describe our most basic personality traits or personality characteristics. For example, this one that it's here, I am not afraid of, it's talking if we are shy or not shy. The first two, it's or they are like pointing out to discover if we are shy or not, right? The third one, it's also about that, no? Like avoid expressing my feelings in public if we are insecure or not, right? This one, it's about if we are independent or not. This one, if we are altruistic or not. Ready? This one, if we are punctual or not. If we are sociable or outgoing or not. If we are organized or disorganized. And the last one, again, if we are honest or if we are hypocritical. Yes? But all of these sentences, what they do, it's presenting situations, ready? I'm presenting situations with specific expressions. For example, be afraid of, with preposition of, enjoy, avoid, insist on, with preposition on, don't mind, worry about, like with preposition about, feel like, with preposition like, can't stand, and prefer. All of these expressions have something in common, and is that they are followed by a verb in gerund. Yes, all of these expressions. Recuerden que tenemos varios casos en los cuales el verbo va seguido por gerundio. ¿Qué casos? Bueno, number one, si tiene preposición al final de la expresión, of, on, about, like, ¿sí? En todos esos casos, la expresión o el verbo que va después va a ir en gerundio, ¿listo? Verbos de like and dislike, por ejemplo, enjoy, avoid, mind, ¿cierto? Preferred, son verbos de gustos y disgustos que generalmente pueden recibir un gerundio después. ¿Listo? Ready? And other expressions like, for example, can't stand. Expresiones ya un poquito más compuestas como don't mind o can't stand, que son también de gustos y disgustos, pueden recibir verbos en gerundio. Entonces, todos estos, as you can see, they have verbs in gerund. Yes? All of them, what are going to help me to do is express my personality traits, mi personalidad, acerca de lo que me gusta hacer o lo que no me gusta hacer, ¿cierto? For example, I could say here, a ver, wait a second. I could say here that I am very organized. ¿Cierto? I am very organized. Sorry, organized here. Because I enjoy cleaning and cleaning and organizing my shoes. For example, no? Entonces, in that case, I have the verb enjoy, yeah, which after the one, I'm going to use ing. Si tengo dos verbos, ambos van a ir con ing. Cleaning and organizing my shoes, ¿cierto? But I have other different traits, no? For example, if you said like, okay, I am shy, right? because I don't like, okay, if I am shy, what I don't like? I don't like, what do you think?
To speak in public.
Ok, for example, con el verbo like puedo usar ambas, ¿no? I don't like to speak in public or I don't like speaking in public. ¿Qué más? Any other thing that you don't like? What do you think, Danny? If I am shy because I don't like what?
Maybe I don't like hmm,
No.
speaking with old people.
Okay, very good. I don't like speaking with old people, ¿cierto? But I can say different options, no? I don't like speaking in public. I don't like speaking with people. I don't like expressing my feelings. I don't like expressing my thoughts, ¿cierto? My thoughts or my ideas. So in that case, we have this expression or these, yes, expressions and verbs are going to help me to express and to describe my personality characteristics. Ready? Remember, in what case, well, most of them are going to be used in gerund because remember that we have special cases after we would like to use gerund, right? Like, for example, a ver, let's change the, a ver, wait. Cambiar. That's it, exactly. ¿Listo? So, for example, in this case, we have the verbs that are always followed by gerund. Entonces, verbos como, por ejemplo, avoid, consider, dislike, end up, enjoy, todos esos van a terminar seguidos de gerundio. Ready? For example, if I say avoid, what is the meaning of avoid? ¿Recuerdan qué significa avoid? Por ahí estaban las expresiones avoid.
Evitar, creo.
Evitar, muy bien, very good. So, I don't know, for example, I am a cold person. I am a cold person. I am cold because I avoid having contact with people. ¿No? Es un example. ¿No? So, I avoid having contact with people. Lo importante es que después de avoid, si es una acción lo que va a ir, right? Va a ir en ing. Así igual después de cualquiera de estos verbos. I dislike having contact with people. Ready? I suggest. Another possibility. I think about. Claro que este about es porque tiene preposición, but it's the same. ¿Listo? También expresiones que tengan preposición, como ya lo habíamos dicho, ¿no? Entonces, be afraid of, be worried about, la mayoría de estas van acompañadas de verb to be, ¿cierto? Estar asustado de, estar enojado por, ser malo para, estar emocionado sobre algo, yeah, be excited about, be bad at, be scared of, be tired of, right? So, for example, I could say that, no, in this moment, I am tired of being sick. Because of estar enfermo, right? Of being sick, right? Incluso si es verb to be, el verb to be también va a ir en gerundio, ¿cierto? I am tired of being sick. Ready? All of those expressions are used for describing a gerund. So, ready? Hasta ahí, questions about it, difficulties or problems?
No, teacher.
No,
No, all
teacher.
fine. Listo, guys. There are other verbs which can be used, we can use both. For example, hate, like, love, continue, start, and prefer. With those verbs, you can use both options, gerund or infinitive. I like, as Christian said, I am shy because I don't like to speak with other people. Or I am shy because I don't like speaking with other people, right? Entonces, in that case, guys, we can also express, well, a part of my personality, I can express other different things, right? And now we can also use it for talking about my family life, ¿cierto? My family life. For example, in this case, the first question of the week, it was, what is the best part of your family? Do you have a big family? Is it an extended family with cousins and aunts and uncles? Or is just a nuclear family with mommy, daddy, and brothers or sisters, and that's it? For example, in my case, it's a nuclear family because it's just my wife and me, no more, right? I don't have kids yet. I don't live with my parents anymore. So it's just my wife and me, no more. What about you guys? How is your family and what is the best part of your family? The time, the experiences, the connection. What about that? What do you think? What's the best part of your family?
Um, my family is big,
Mhm.
and the best part, maybe when all together in
Sure.
Christmas, it's a good thing, good time.
Okay. It's a good time. What do you normally do on Christmas or when you are together? Play board games or dance or something?
Maybe dance and eat and drink.
Yeah, it's typical that the Colombian families drink a little
Yes.
bit. Okay, Danny, very good, excellent. What about you, Chris, my friend?
My family is big, and the best part is that sometimes we meet together to play table games.
Okay, what is your favorite table game? O bueno, board games. Ellos son más como board games, ready? Board game es juego de tablero. Board games.
Okay, we play bingo and Monopoly and other games.
Which one?
Bingo,
Uh-huh.
Monopoly,
Ah, Monopoly. Monopoly, got it.
and other games.
Okay, very good. Like there are a lot of different. In my family, we like to play parchís, no? Parchís, and there is another one that is like Chinese star or something like that that they play. And they like to play Rumikyu too. Good, that's great. This in that case, I had a question, and the question is kind of simple, like what is the best part of your family? But that question, it can be answered more completely, right? She said, okay, no, when we get together, because that's it, right? But because in this case, I already know the question, what is the best part of your family? But if I don't know that part and I want to include or I want to start from the beginning, from zero, from scratch, I can create those expressions with one simple structure. Wait, right here. Ready? We're going to have a complex structure. It's a little bit long, it's un poquito larga, but it's very easy. In this case, we're going to introduce expressions like that, like for example, the best part of, the most difficult part about, the most challenging thing of, the worst part of, one of the best things of, one big challenge with. And notice that all of those expressions finish with preposition. What happens when we have a verb with when we have an expression with preposition? That the next part it's going to be a verb in German, right? So we're going to give an opinion about my family, yes. And I said that part the best part of, and then if the next part is an action, the action is in German. Claro, yo puedo decir simplemente the best part of my family, and it's fine. But if I want to talk about the action that I do with that, so it's in ing. For example, the best part of living in my house. Yeah, the best part of living in my house, or the best part of having brothers, because I don't have sisters, I have two brothers, ¿cierto? Or for example, the best part of getting together with my family, the best part of visiting my grandmother, for example, right? So these expressions are going to be normally followed by a verb in German, that is the action which I am going to talk about, right? But what I am going to mention is other action. So it's an action that belongs to another situation, no? So in that case, whether it's the best or the worst part, la mejor, la peor parte, of one situation, right? The situation it's introduced with gerund, right? And after that, we're going to mention what is the situation, but using also a gerund. Entonces, in that case, the verb to be, it's going to be a connector, simply a connector. It's connecting what is my opinion about that situation. Example, the best part of living in my house. And then the verb to be can be in any tense, en cualquier forma. Presente simple, con modales, en pasado, en futuro. It doesn't matter, ready? So, example, the best part of living in my house is, I don't know, let's say, not having not having to no sé, not having to ask for permission because I live alone, of course, so I don't ask for permission. Like when I was with my mother in my mother's house, I had to ask for permission. Mommy, can I go to the party? Blah, blah, blah. But now the best part of living in my house is not having to ask for permission, ¿cierto? Or the best part of living in my house is doing what I want, for example, right? Pero también, claro, puede que sea una cosa buena o algo malo. I can change the expression, ¿no? The worst part or the most difficult part, ¿cierto? The worst part of living in my house is paying everything for myself because I don't have who can help me now, so I have to pay everything, right? So the worst part of living in my house is, and then another gerund, paying everything in my house or paying everything for myself, ¿cierto? So I can have any different kind of expressions, right? The worst part, the best part, pero all of them finish in preposition. So that's why the next part is a gerund, yeah? And when we have the verb to be is a verb that permits to have both options, infinitive and gerunds afterwards. So I can say the same thing with to plus the verb infinitive, no? For example, the worst part of living in my house is to have to ask permission, is to have to pay, or is to pay everything for myself, ¿cierto? The verb to be accepts both options, gerunds and infinitives. Ready? ¿Qué tal? How does it sound? ¿Cómo suena esa expresión? ¿Muy larga, muy compleja? Not that difficult? Clear?
It's clear, teacher.
Clear.
Yes, clear.
Good. In this case, the verb to be, as I said, is only a merely connector. It's connecting the two parts of the sentence. Ready? So, I'm going to ask you again the same question that I asked you before, but in this case, I'm going to introduce something. What is the best part of being part of your family? Yes, what is the best part of being part of your family? O sea, cuál es la mejor parte de ser parte de tu familia? What's the best part of being part of your family? So you answer me the same if you want the same answer, but this time introducing that expression complete, okay? What do you think?
Teacher, sorry, can we see again the structure of the
Yeah,
sentence?
sure, of course. Bueno, yeah, that's a good idea, not watching again the structure. Over here, that's it.
The best part of sharing with my family can be watching movie.
Muy
Yes.
bien, very good. Ajá, claro que sí. So the best part of sharing time with my family can be, it's a possibility, no? Can be watching movies. Muy bien, great. Of course, after the second part, I can say can be to watch a movie. It's a possibility, but ing is also good. So excellent, Danny. What about you, Chris?
The best part of playing board games with my family is spending time with them.
Great. Yeah. So the best part of being part of your family is spending time with them, no? Maybe singing, playing board games, playing Monopoly, blah blah blah. Right? That's right. Muy bien. Ready? But as I said before, there is also like difficult moments, no, in which we can have problems with them, no. So, what would you say that it's the biggest downside of being part of your family? Downside, it means like desventaja, downside, right? So in your perception, in your case, what would you consider that is the biggest downside of being part of your family? What do you think? Is there any downside?
Maybe the most difficult part about scolding and screaming for my mom.
Okay, very good. So the most difficult part, but that is the situation, no? So you said the most difficult part of what? La parte más difícil de qué? So the most difficult part of being part of my family or of living in my house is scolding, o bueno, más bien being scolded, ¿cierto? Como ser regañado. Being scolded and screamed by my mom, right? O ser regañado y gritado. Muy bien, very good, right? So being scolded and being screamed. Good. Pero digamos que la situación va acá. La parte más difícil de que of, no sé, living here, por ejemplo, living in this house, living here, right? Listo, muy bien. Chris, what about you? What do you think? What's the best difficulty, the biggest difficulty, or the biggest downside?
The most difficult part of meeting Sundays with my family is not having enough time sometimes.
For them or for yourself?
For for all.
Okay, not having enough time in general, no? Because sometimes if you dedicate the family time, you don't dedicate time for yourself. And sometimes if you dedicate time for yourself, then you don't have enough time for your family. So I
Yes.
understand. Muy bien, very good, Chris. Exactly. So in that case, guys, this expression, it's going to use both gerunds after preposition and gerunds after verb to be, right? It's super simple. It's just describing that. Ahora, in this case, of course, that we can have positive and negative aspects, right? But we can also explain those reasons that we have, right? Because, for example, we could say, okay, why is difficult for you? Oh no, bueno, why is so great for you sharing time with your family? Because, for example, for me, one of the most difficult parts of spending time with my family is playing board games with them. Why? Simple, because I don't, when I dislike doing long activities. I am very hyperactive, so I have to be changing, or I enjoy changing activities very quickly. But the board games are kind of repetitive and very long. So I dislike doing long activities, right? For that reason, I don't like playing board games, right? So using the gerunds one more time, it's going to allow me not only to describe the situation, but also to explain why the situation is like that, why that is my opinion about my family, or what that is my opinion about my brother, or having a brother, or having a sister. Ready? Christian, do you have brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have a brother.
Do you like it or not?
Excuse me?
Do you like having a brother or not really?
Yes.
But
But when we were kids, we, ¿cómo se dice? Discutir.
we would say argue. Argue es
We
el
argue,
verbo. Ujú.
we argue so much when we were kids.
Exactly, muy bien, very good. About what? About what did you argue?
Everything.
About
For
everything. Okay, muy bien. So in that case, for example, Christian can say like, okay, the most difficult part, yeah, because he liked it, but he had difficult times before it, no? So he would say that the most, let's say the most horrible, estoy exagerando, pero okay, the most horrible part of having a brother, the most difficult part of having a brother, pero las discusiones fueron en el pasado, así que ¿qué verb to be usarían?
was
Exactly. So the most horrible part of having a brother was, and then what was the part? Arguing about everything. Arguing about everything, cierto? Very good. That's it, right? So in that case, that's the way that we can use this expression for talking about what was great in the future, in the present, in the past, in any tense, right? So the most horrible part of having a brother was arguing about everything. Now, I can also use another gerund in order to explain why, ¿cierto? Entonces, for example, Christian can say, pues, we used to discuss or to argue because, Chris, what was the thing that made you more furious, that you hated more? Maybe his disorder, maybe his laziness, no sé. What did you hate more about him?
his way to treat me.
Was it too rude?
Yes, very rude.
So in that case, we used to argue a lot because I can't stand. Bueno, en ese más, en el caso sería I couldn't stand, ¿no? That it's the past. Because I couldn't stand, yes. Entonces, what is couldn't stand? Like, no podía soportar, right? So I couldn't stand being mistreated. Mistreated es maltratado, ¿cierto? Entonces, pero claro, ser maltratado. Pero como estamos usando la expresión couldn't stand, ¿ya? Ah, ok, the next verb, it's also in gerund. Ready? Entonces los gerunds me van a permitir hacer muchísimas cosas, guys. Expresarme, explicarme, ready? Dar opiniones acerca de situaciones con otras situaciones, right? Entonces, todo eso me lo permite el uso de gerunds. Y para eso necesito recordar muy bien en qué situaciones puedo usar los gerunds. Entonces, ya sabemos, después de preposición, muy común, ¿cierto? Después de preposición como with, about, of, ta, ta, ta. Y después de ciertos verbos. Verbos como, por ejemplo, enjoy, avoid, could, can't stand, ¿cierto? Suggest y otros verbos también. ¿Ready? ¿Qué verbos? Here, wait, estoy buscando una imagen, wait, acá. ¿Qué verbos normalmente están seguidos por gerundio? Bueno, aquí estos tengo, let me just erase estos, those are the ones. Entonces, for example, enjoy, recommend, anticipate, put off. What is the meaning of put off? Put off. No idea. Put off, it means
¿Posponer?
postponer. Muy bien. Very good, Danny. Postpone. Ready? Good. Well, actually, it's postpone is right here. Pues muy bien, postpone, especialmente más put off, complete, discuss, keep. Bueno, todos estos verbos, all of these verbs are going to be followed by gerund. Entonces me dice, vea pues, very good. Entonces, like all of this, like quit, and then if it's a verb, in ing. If it's a verb, in ing. ¿Cierto? If it's a verb, in ing. All of them, right? This, there are going to be many times that the gerund is going to help me to connect to different verbs, right? Muy bien. Now, guys, we're going to have an activity here. It's kind of short. Wait a second. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I am very sick. Oh my God. That's okay, guys. In here, we have different activities, right? Different actions. Living in Colombia, being in quarantine, having my own money, living alone, having siblings, working with kids, receiving compliments, many different actions, working in front of a computer, right? I would like you to please tell me your opinion about any of these actions. For example, I'm going to use this one, living in Colombia. So I said that the most incredible part of living in Colombia, ¿cierto? Is, no sé, having so much diversity, right? The most incredible part of living in Colombia is having so much diversity. That's my opinion. Find another of the situation and tell me what's your opinion about that situation. Positive or negative, either way. The best part or the worst part, the most difficult part or the most incredible part, the biggest advantage or the biggest disadvantage. It depends on you, right? So go ahead, find the situation and tell me how do you feel about it.
One of the best things about speaking English is having more opportunities.
Perfect, very good. So one of the best parts of speaking English is having more opportunities. Wonderful. Excellent, Danny. Muy bien.
The biggest disadvantage of working in front of a computer is having to sit for many hours.
That is very, very, very harmful. Do you know what is the meaning of harmful? Harmful. Any idea what is that? Like dañino, right? So this is very, I mean, this working in front of a computer for a lot of time, it's very harmful for the body, no? Because you start suffering about different things, no? Muy bien, very good. Now, I can also, well, you already gave me an explanation, super clear about what is the best part or what is the worst part about it. Ready? But I want you now to justify why do you like or not any of this. Can be the same one or can be a different one. For example, in that case, I can also use, remember that these verbs are going to be also used after expressions with enjoy or dislike or, you know. So I can say, for example, I love receiving criticisms, o sea, recibir críticas, right? Because, and then in the explanation, again, I am going to make myself clear with a gerund sentence. Ready? So I love receiving criticism because I prefer a, let's see, I prefer knowing the truth. Yeah. So in my case, no, I love receiving criticism because I prefer knowing the truth to improve. Oh, you know. So that's why I love receiving criticisms. ¿Listo? So choose another one. O, bueno, puede ser la misma, working in front of a computer and speaking English, la que ustedes quieran. Tell me if you like it or you don't like it, and why you do or why you don't. Ready? So in this case, I did it with love, but I can also do it like I don't like having siblings because no sé, I am not good for sharing my clothes with them, for example. No? So siblings is brothers or sisters. So I don't like having siblings because I am not good for having a sharing my clothes with them. So tell me why you like it or why you don't like it, and pardon, sorry, tell me if you like it or you don't like it, and why you do or why you don't. Ready? Go ahead.
Eh, I like having siblings because I am not worried.
Okay, very good. That one is simple, no? So I like having siblings because I am not bored, right? So also, of course, if you would like to, or if you would have to use a gerund, you would say, for example, because I enjoy doing activities with them. I enjoy playing with them. I enjoy watching movies with them, no? So that's another possibility. Muy bien, very good, guys. Chris, what about you, Mike?
Mm, I really love having pets because they're looking for me when I come home.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Great. So in that case, he enjoys having pets. Yeah, because he enjoys or he likes or he loves receiving attention from them, no, or receiving or being accompanied all the time when he gets home, right? So remember, rather in the first sentence, like in the opinion, like also in the explanation of that opinion, I can use the gerunds. Ready? So guys, the gerunds in general terms are going to appear all the time in different kinds of sentences. Ready? So we just have to remember these kind of verbs and the different situations in which I can use the gerunds. No, for example, also this one, like the expression complete that I can use gerund after preposition, after the verb to be, after the verbs of like and dislike, and the other verbs that we already know. So guys, so it's really important that we can start looking forward to working with these expressions because they are a little bit more natural. Ready? So the idea is that you can introduce those expressions into your daily speech. Okay? Guys, questions about it, difficulties or problems? Vocabulary, something?
Now, teacher is clear.
It's clear. Listo, guys. Very good. Okay, so the next class, it's going to be on Saturday. I don't remember the hour, but it's on Saturday. I think it's at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be at 10 a.m. Chris, if you haven't finished the activities, the same as today. Let me know in the chat and I will send the link. Okay, man?
Okay, teacher, thank you. I'm
So,
finished the week number 7.
okay, very good, excellent. So anyway, just in case you don't finish, but you let me know.